So we are back with a brand new episode of Walkin' Talkin with Tim, and my super special crazy guest today is Ashley Owens.
Am I not supposed to bump into you? You told me I shouldn't, but I feel like this is the only way to do it.
And it's wait, I get this right. Ashley Owens, networking concierge.
That's correct. You got it.
So this woman is a phenomenon, and we'll get into all that. We'll get into all that in a minute. But the first minute, I want to take and let's let the muffler go by. The first moment I want to take and let Ashley tell you guys what her business is all about.
Hi, I'm Ashley Owens, the networking concierge. I'm kind of famous if you couldn't tell. I'm on Tim Jennings Walking and Talking with Tim, so I'm pretty much a big deal now.
You talk for a living.
I do. I talk for a living. I am the person that goes to events on behalf of my clients. So for example, I have a white glove service. That white glove service is I network so you don't have to. So my clients hire me to go to events. I go on behalf of them as an extension of them, and then I also speak at conferences on the topic of networking. I'm a Temple professor, so I go in and I teach at Temple, a personal branding.
Nice.
Adjunct instructor. If I say professor, they get mad, but adjunct instructor. But my kids call me Professor Owens, which I'm like, that's weird, but at the same time, kind of cool. If I could do it, anybody
It's a nice distinction.
It's very nice. But I specialize in networking. So I network so you don't have to, and I go to events on behalf of my clients. Keep it simple, keep it moving.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's my line.
Yeah.
Keep moving, right? So let's just we're gonna jump right into you because that's what this is all about, right?
Gross. Okay.
I know she loves this. So you are from North Jersey.
Yes. Don't tell people that.
You told me the name of the town.
Oradell.
Say it again.
Oradell.
Oradell.
Yeah.
I'll never remember that, but she said it's near Hackensack. So
Hackensack's kind of trashy, but Oradell.
yeah, but everybody knows what it is.
I mean, that's probably the good thing.
It's very recognizable, and there you go. So,
okay.
So Hackensack, you eventually made your way to Philadelphia.
I did, yeah.
And in Philadelphia, you spent 8 years there.
I did, yeah.
And
glorious, wonderful years.
Glorious, wonderful years where you actually built this amazing network of people that now is, your...
My blood, my lifeblood.
Yes, it's the treasure of your life, right?
My network saved my life. They were the best thing that ever happened to me. So.
And I was going to get into that. So tell that story.
So right in between the pandemic and right before the pandemic, I ended up separating from my ex-husband. And then I ended up having for the first time in about maybe a decade, I was by myself. And I didn't tell you this story, but this is a good story.
That stinks.
Oh, God, it was awful. And plus,
it might have been good.
It was good. It was very wonderfully
for the soul.
Self-reflecting,
Yes.
and I was able to take some time for myself and not I don't know,
look on the
burn
inside.
out, look in the mirror and not be like, oh, you're
What
so
am I
pretty. Like
really
maybe you need to
about?
work on something.
What am I really about?
Read some self-help books. It's fine. Anyway, I ended up having to move in with my sister, and at the time, right before I moved in with my sister, I needed health insurance. I didn't tell you this story.
Okay.
I needed health insurance. And I didn't tell anybody I was getting divorced because I'm an Irish Catholic. Nobody should know my business. And yet that was the first mistake. And so I reached out to a few people and said, hey, I'm still looking for health insurance. And I think the news had gotten around a bit. 14 phone calls, 3 text messages. Who can I make the introduction to? What do you need help with?
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, my network won't let me fail. And
There you go.
that was it. They saved my life. And it was just knowing that they were around to help.
Yeah.
And people like Justin Deal, who was
Yeah.
the first person to give me, he went over to me after he heard the news. He goes, what do you need? We have a spot for you in the basement. I'm like, I'm not homeless, Justin, but I appreciate it.
He's a big help to a lot of people.
I am a big fan of Justin. Anyway, the network never let me fail. And then I ended up moving to Austin, Texas, because it was the tech hub, which is pretty much where I thrive in. A lot of tech companies will hire me to do their events. And I lived in Austin, went down to the dog park, and I was the most impressive person in that dog park. So I'm like, maybe I should leave this dog park. And so I ended up in Dallas in a 4-bedroom home with a backyard and 2 dogs. And I'm the happiest I've been in a while. So it all worked out. And now I've got hired by a client that I'll be doing about 20, 25 events for, close a couple more deals, and I'll be traveling all over the goddamn country.
All right, so let's zip back.
Oh, sorry.
Let's go backwards again.
Okay.
Shout out to Justin, love him.
Hey, Justin.
And let's talk about, you said you're Irish,
Catholic.
German,
Irish, German, and
Italian. right?
It's just this all the time.
It's like Clash of the Titans, we said, right?
Yep.
So, all right. So, and you also told me that your sister,
Yeah,
Colby, you're very
Colby.
close with.
Yes, very, very close. Hey,
So
Cole.
Colby's your girl, and she's got 2 kids. She lives in Virginia,
Uh-huh.
and I'm sure you visit her.
Super aunt life, yes. I
And
do.
we talked about it. I said I called that. I said you're probably the super aunt.
Best aunt.
Yeah, gotta love that, right?
Yep.
So that's fun. So what's that part of your life like? You know, when it comes to like your sister and your relationship with her.
Yeah, my life with my sister is absolutely extraordinary. My sister is better than all of us. I'm just letting everybody know. Colby is the best out of anybody I've ever met in my life. She is the most giving, the most caring, the most intuitive. She's got 2 great, solid kids, and she's got a husband that she loves, and he's awesome. And
I hope so.
listen, I mean, it's we don't know sometimes, and she's just I just love her dearly, and so Colby was a huge part of how I was able to succeed throughout this entire situation, and it worked out really well, and I was able to come out stronger because of it. So
Giddy
my
up.
sister is my best friend.
All right, so we talked about what's the coolest thing about you. So I do know this. So you were a film major, right?
I had a mass communications degree with a minor in film. Yes.
Right.
Yep.
And you were a theater girl. You were an athlete.
Shocking.
You were a theater girl. You were an athlete. You did all that fun stuff, right? So which kind of explains a lot, right? So I thought to myself, the athlete thing makes you really competitive, and the theater thing gives you all this creative juice, and that kind of stuff. So
makes you kind of fearless because you don't necessarily feel like making fun of yourself or being being self-deprecating. Like there's there's a skill that you get from being able to read a room and to also be able to navigate through a difficult conversation, which allowed me to do better what I do now. So that at a very young age was very helpful.
So it would be your opinion that the whole thing you went through, all that you went through, you went to King's
College, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
All of that, all intertwined, all wrapped up, all helped out to get you where you are today.
Oh, very much so. I even through like the lowest points of my life, I would do the exact same thing again because of where I'm at right now. I wouldn't change a thing.
Wouldn't change a thing?
No, I don't care how hard it was. I wouldn't change a thing. To get me exactly where I am right now is the best thing that ever happened.
So what's the dumbest thing that you ever did?
Okay, so dating in your 30s isn't great. So I accidentally, and I say this with all of the truth in my heart,
And humility.
it's the worst. I accidentally, first of all, when you do what I do, sometimes you can't turn off.
Slow down just a little bit. There you go. There you go.
You can't turn off being in networking concierge.
She's all amped up.
And
Man.
it's
She's
the
all
worst.
amped up.
Being networking concierge and like learning about this person like genuinely, and then like having a social life, and so with somebody who thought he needed to pay for my time, and in hindsight I probably should have taken the money because I was broke at the time. However, I don't think it was that kind of date. So
Yeah.
I mistook.
You missed a few red flags along the way there.
I mean, I don't know what I'm doing. I can talk to you and to random people professionally, but when it comes to my personal life, I'm dumb. I have no idea what I'm doing. So that was fun. So
That's incredible.
That was the dumbest thing I ever done. I just missed all the flags that I teach everybody to pay attention to. But God
Exactly
forbid I do it
right.
for my personal life, I can't do it.
Well, everybody's allowed one major, like, what the F did I just do?
I mean-
So, and you did it.
And the screw up there was I didn't take the money.
There you go. I said to you, I said, do you just want to have a conversation? Because we can do that. I can talk to you for money. That's what I do for a living.
I mean,
I talk to people.
At this point, I might as well start talking for that. Because I'm a great conversationalist.
All right, wait. So let's talk about the cool stuff.
Oh, okay.
What makes you cool? And we talked about the fact that you worked in New York City.
I did. I was.
And let's start at the bottom first, because you worked for Barbizon
Oh God!
in
don't
the
bring that up.
beginning
That's
of
so
your
gross.
career.
That's so gross.
In
Don't
the
bring that up.
beginning, I'm throwing it out there. You were.
That's the worst part of my life. I hate it so much. I think every single model has PTSD from that awful woman that ran it. Oh my God. The cool part about what I used to do, I used to be a celebrity personal assistant for Mary Louise Parker and then Tony Bennett's son in New York City.
And you said you got to meet Tony a couple times.
It's fine.
Yeah.
So these are old
He's
guy.
a nice guy.
He's a nice guy. He's just an old guy who's stuck in his ways. That's fine.
I like watching him. He's cool.
He's
a cool guy.
He's a cool guy, and he was right when he was working with Gaga. So I didn't get a chance to see that.
Did you meet her?
No.
Come on!
It was like their first when he was doing the duet album, and they were doing the Zen of Bennett on Netflix. When Netflix was just coming out, I was there for the Tribeca Film Festival.
Get in there for that.
The Tribeca Film Festival, I was there, but I wasn't there with Gaga.
You're like, excuse me, I'm supposed to go in there right now?
I tried so hard. God, I tried so hard. Yep. Couldn't finesse my way in.
Next time,
guys.
So now...
Yeah.
Now let's fast forward to right now because you got so much going on.
Yeah.
Listen, I've been watching you for years. We just talked about this. So
Oh God.
I discovered you on the internet, just like most people discover me on the internet. And I thought, wow, this girl's pretty awesome, right?
Aww.
And I watch your videos, and I always say to myself, I actually just messaged you recently and said, why aren't you in comedy? I don't understand.
I'm trying. If I put more stuff out, someone will pay me money to just talk stupid to people.
If you weren't doing this.
I'm doing this networking thing on the side. I'm really trying to be a star. No, like it's just one of those things where I found a way to
One
scratch
more
an itch.
day. One more day.
Listen, too much tequila and then karaoke's gonna happen, but you gave me water instead. This is
So much fun. So now, what can you tell us about what's going to happen next for you?
Oh, next for me. So Ashley, my networking concierge business is taking off.
Hard to believe.
Yeah, I'm taking on clients on. I am training teams. So I'm typically training teams in between. I've got 25 events to go to this year. I'm adding on more events with different clients. So if you've got a conference, you need somebody to go to on behalf of you to network. If you need somebody to train your team to work the booth. If you've got a sponsorship opportunity and you need additional people to manage the event that you're hosting, I'm on top of it. So here's the thing.
She's your girl.
I am your girl. The only problem is that because I am one person, if you've got a date in mind, I know, I gotta scale.
It's good to know you don't think you're 2 or 3.
Listen, I gotta scale, and I gotta train somebody to be me, and there's not enough therapy to go around to train somebody to be me. It's a lot. But the goal is I want to be able to be booked out. Book is coming out at the end of the year.
Ooh.
So I'm writing that book, and then I will be continuing to putting out content about around networking, tactical tips and practical takeaways. The biggest thing you can expect from me this year is that I will be bringing everybody on these trips with me, so you can really effectively network at bigger events like conferences and if you're a speaker and things like that. So
I'm in.
all day. But yes, that is the white glove service, and then the one-on-one coaching is called a networking audit. I take all of the activity that you're doing around networking, I either trim the fat or add on to. That's a 3-month commitment, and then that way we work together to make sure your networking is top notch. So
Giddy up. So if people...
and speaking engagements, oh God, I speak at things too. I come hang out with your teams and I talk about networking, but I have a couple keynotes coming up. So if you just want me to come and hang out, just give me a
listen
call.
to you talk.
I've been walking forever.
So if people want to get a hold of you, how do they do that?
Oh, Ashley at ashley.assists.com. My LinkedIn is Ashley Owens Networking Concierge. My phone number, I'm not going to give that away because that's late night calls I don't appreciate. But you're welcome to DM me. I'm here. I'm available and willing and able to chat about what project you've got coming up, what event that you need assistance with, and I'm here to be you at those events. So make sure you reach out to me soon because again, these events are packing in this year and we'll
Piling up,
and I want to make sure that I get to you and it all works out. So yeah, that's me.
If you haven't connected with her, it's an absolute must.
I am so funny. I'm so funny on the internet.
Watch her videos. So listen, well, thanks for being on.
Yay!
This is a big deal. She came all the way up from Texas to do this.
6 months to put together.
She didn't come up just for me, but she did kind of come for me. Anyway, so this is great. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, buddy.
And all you guys out there, keep on walking, keep on moving. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Check it out. YouTube coming soon. And we will see you next time on... Come on, hit him.
Walking and Talking with Tim.
We got a point.
Walking and Talking with Timothy.
That's it.
Walk and talk with Tim.
Peace.
Talking tap with Tim.
Talking and walking.
Talking and walking with Tim.